Everybody. My name is Toni Ray-Ingram. I have been proudly representing Collette Travel for 25 years this year, and I am presenting for the Frontiersman, a wonderful new program of travel, and this is for Costa Rica, November 10th through the 18th, 2024. A little bit about Collette Travel. We have been doing tours, group tours, for 106 years this year. But this is a little bit different. This isn't your grandmother's tour. This isn't a whole group of people traveling along that you see on the roads in Alaska. We are different and innovative in the tourism world. We think that the less time on the coach and the more time with everyday people, learning about the culture, learning about nature is much more important. The coach is simply a means of transportation. So a little bit about tropical Costa Rica. This is a 9-day tour, 14 included meals, and a little of our itinerary. We'll be flying into San Jose, and you'll see a little red dotted line. That is a additional pre-tour you can purchase. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the presentation. That is over to Turago, I can never pronounce that correctly, National Park. And as I mentioned, we'll chat a little bit about that at the end of the presentation. So we fly into San Jose. We're there for one night, then up to Arnal for 3 nights with a day trip up to Cananegro, over to Monteverde for 2 nights, and then up to Guanacaste for 2 nights, and out of Liberia, flying back home. And on an activity level of 1 being super easy and 4 being very challenging, this does come in at a number 3, which means there is some walking involved on uneven paths and so forth, especially through the tropical rainforest in the area of Arnal and Monteverde. So getting right into it, we'll come into San Jose, and we don't have a lot on the itinerary that night, just a chance to get your feet back under you from those long flight days. However, the following day, we hop on the motor coach. It's about a 3.5 hour drive up towards Arnal, and we are going to be stopping in a wonderful area known for their coffee plantations. The coffee plantations and the coffee uh, growing industry is a huge part of the economy of Costa Rica and a very large part of their agricultural industry. And of course, that's in the Pacific Northwest up in Alaska, we do love our coffee culture, don't we? So now's an opportunity that you'll be getting off the motor coach. You'll be learning all about the growth of the in these coffee plantations. You'll meet the folks that are running the plantations, working in the plantations. Pardon me, and a chance to learn everything about this wonderful, beautiful coffee that we love to consume. And then we head up into our resort in Arnall. Just to note, all of our hotels are 4.5 star, 4 to 5 star properties. We are not backpacking. We are not camping out on the beach. We are staying in beautiful luxury accommodations with gorgeous swimming pools and beautiful layout of the grounds. Most of them have spa facilities as well, golf courses, and in the shadow of the Arno volcano, we will learn all about the tropical rainforest. That evening, when we arrive into Arnall, we have our first included meal. It's probably not exactly what you see, but I wanted to give you an idea of some of the things that are on the dinner menus while we're in Costa Rica. Beautiful, wonderful fresh fruits and produce, lovely bananas, plantains up in the Costa Rica region. So up into Arnall, we're 3 nights in Arnall and one day trip up to Cananegro. When we go up to Cananegro, Again, about an hour drive from Arnall. We hop off the coach, and here we get into smaller groups, anywhere from 40-ish people on the motor coach shrinks down to about 10 people per boat. And this is a wilderness safari by boat. And here your boat captain works with you as your narrator, as well as your boat captain, and pointing out all of the wonderful wildlife that we're there to see. Pardon me, a little cough tonight, including I call these the sarcastic sloths, and the beautiful white-faced monkeys that we're looking for, the capuchin monkeys, and just everything, including butterflies and exotic bird life, turtles, and all types of beautiful animals that we are there to learn about. Later in the afternoon, coming back to our wonderful accommodations, a chance to enjoy all of the facilities at the resort. The following day, again, still in Arnall, 3 nights there, we're going to go learn about the farming in Costa Rica. We get a chance to meet the local folks. And I know farming is very big up in Alaska. I've seen the size of the pumpkins and the different fruits that can be grown in the 24-hour sunlight that you have up there in the summertime. This is a chance to really meet the local people, learn about their agriculture, and have a very fresh farm to table lunch with the farmers, learning about their life, their culture, a chance to learn about everything there is to know from a one-on-one basis with these families. It's such a great opportunity. For example, you'll learn about their education. Ask the folks about their kids going to school. 75% of the national budget of Costa Rica goes to education. They don't have a standing army. They rely on their neighbors for assistance and anything like that. But they feel that the education is the only way to get their country out of the third world status that it is perceived as, and to grow their economy. And you have an opportunity to talk with the people one on one at this lunchtime all about that. From Arnall, we are going to head to Monteverde. And the drive time is about 2.5 hours. So no long, huge drive times like the state of Alaska. It's a much shorter drive time. Once we get into Monteverde, or I should say, as we're heading to Monteverde, we're going to start off with a lake cruise. And you'll get on in Arnall, you'll cruise the distance of the lake, get off at a different area, and then a shorter bus ride into Monteverde. But on the lake cruise, you'll learn about the Arnall volcano. You'll learn about the fact that it is a man-made lake. It is caused by the damming of a river to produce hydropower in the region, and some amazing views of the volcano itself. And from there, as I mentioned, hopping back on the motor coach and heading to the Monteverde cloud forest. The trees in the cloud forest over 100 foot tall, which is nothing for some of them in Alaska. I do know that. But here we have a wonderful nature walk guided through the rainforest with your tour manager and local guides, looking for the beautiful bird life, including the endangered quetzal. This is such a magnificent little bird. And in this area that we go in the Monteverde cloud forest is the highest concentration of these beautiful birds. And also the monarch butterfly and all sorts of other bird life that you'll be looking at. And your guide and your local guides, the national park representatives, they're so amazing experts at finding these beautiful birds and butterflies and pointing them out to you. And then we check into our accommodations. Now, I just mentioned this because they're all tucked into the forest, so really they're not standing out like a sore thumb. It's just a wonderful being part of nature here. And again, 4.5 star quality, beautiful accommodations. And again, this evening, an included dinner. And I wanted to point these out. This is like a tamale, but it's beautiful food wrapped in the banana leaves and then cooked over an open fire. Just absolutely gorgeous. Usually a type of a meat and dough wrapped around it and then wrapped in the banana leaves. Now, again, one of the many different things that you'll have available while you're on tour. The following day is something Collette Tours pioneered many years ago, and this is called Choice on Tour. It means two things are included at the same time, and it's your choice which you want to do. So, our Choice on Tour is either the Hanging Bridges and Butterfly Tour, which takes in the butterfly garden, and then the hanging bridges. Now, I mentioned the canopy of the cloud forest is over 100 foot tall, and the bridges are constructed with minimal environmental impact so that you can walk up above and through the canopy to see the life above the forest floor. Or if you are a little bit more adventuresome and want to try something a little different, you can certainly take the zip lining through the canopy tour. Now, on one of my tours I did many years ago as a tour guide, I took a group of people on the Costa Rica tour, and one of my ladies celebrating her 83rd birthday on the tour said, I'm not doing those dang bridges. I'm going ziplining. And for years, she was the picture I had for the ziplining tour. But 83 years old, and she was out there rocking it. So anybody can do the ziplining. And you do go with a guide like is shown in this picture. So if you've never ziplined before, you do have that comfort of knowing there is an expert with you. So whichever one you want to do, the hanging bridges or the zip line, the choice is yours on tour. Now, this is one of the only choice on tour where if you did want to do both, you could potentially purchase the second one and do that as well. It's a cost of $75. So you could sign up for one and choose to do the second one as an optional activity. And you would have time that day to do the second one. Now, from Mount Verde, we're then going to head up to Guanacaste, which is the relaxed portion of your adventure. To date, lots and lots of activity, but in Guanacaste, it's all beach resort. So a little vacation from your adventure before you head back up to Alaska. Again, the trip from Mount Verde up to Guanacaste is about 2 hour drive time. And then you get into Guanacaste, the most beautiful area along the coast of Costa Rica and coming into your resort. Again, beautiful swimming pool, great accommodations, dinner included that night, and I had to include a picture of the deep fried plantains. Nothing wrong with these folks. Fried food is really good food, just my opinion. But very lovely dinner included this evening. And the following day is completely yours at leisure. Do you want to just relax by the pool? Do you want to relax on the beach? If you want to be a little bit more busy, we do have two extra optional activities. We don't have too many optionals. We include so much on our tour in the price of our tour, but the two things you could purchase for the day if you want to be a little bit more busy uh, are the mangrove kayaking. This is a 6 mile kayaking trip. So if you've never kayaked before, 6 miles might be a little bit much. It's very calm water, no rapids or anything. You are fully guided the whole way. It's a wonderful kayaking experience through the the forest and looking for wildlife, looking for the sea turtles that come inland a little bit, and all the different wildlife, the birds and so forth. But again, if you have never kayaked, 6 miles might be a rough first start for you. We also have a wonderful dolphin watching and snorkel experience that you could purchase if you're interested. That one is $65. Look at all those nice folks out there in their shorts and t-shirts, and you guys are bundled up there north. This is a chance to see the dolphins, maybe do a little snorkeling along the coast if you'd like. Or, as mentioned, just have the day right on the beach, relaxing, enjoying the sunshine. Those are the things available for that day. Later in the day and heading towards your farewell dinner, we go out to the township of Samara. Samara is world renowned for their sunsets. So, beautiful chance for sunset view and then into the farewell dinner of your adventure. So that is the main body of the tour of tropical Costa Rica. As I mentioned way back at the beginning of the presentation, we do have a little optional, you can pre-purchase or you can purchase a pre-tour extension over to the Tutarego National Park. Now, a little bit about that extension. It is a 4 day, including your flight in and your drive back from the Jungle Adventure. It is $849. So for 4 days, that is not a bad price. Now, I do want to mention you'll fly into San Jose, then you'll head out to the national park. These are your accommodations. For the pre-tour extension, this is not a four-star quality. This is a national park hotel, very limited internet and no television. It is in the national park. So just to note, the rooms are well appointed. You have your own bathroom. It is a comfortable accommodation, but it is a little bit more rustic than our normal accommodations. But it does get you right out into the wilderness with your guide, looking for different type of wildlife out here. Of course, the dragons and pardon me. One picture we don't have, I should put back in here, is we're also going to go look at the endangered sea turtle and so many other things that you'll be looking for in the national park, plus lecture series by your guide and the national park host, and then back into San Jose to meet the rest of the group flying in. So again, 4 day pre-extension, $849 for that. So as I mentioned, the average temperature in November in Costa Rica, mid 70s to low 80s. Along the coast in the Guanacaste region, high 80s, low 90s. Sunrise is at 5:30. Sunset is around 5:30, offering about 12 hours of daylight. What's November like in Wasilla and in Alaska? Hmm. We also offer right from Wasilla what we call our hometown pickup, meaning that we're going to send a motor coach right there. We'll have a main pickup point, have everybody come to that pickup point. We'll have a driver bring you all the way to the airport and all the way back to Wasilla, so you don't have to worry about getting to Anchorage. And even if you do the pre-extension, we will offer a hometown pickup for you as well. We also offer a no worries travel protection. When I started talking with David there at the Frontiersman, this was a big topic of conversation. We have an amazing travel protection insurance policy called our No Worries Travel Protection that protects you basically from the moment you walk out of your front door to the moment you come back in. Pre-tour, if you have to cancel for any reason up to 24 hours prior to departure, you will receive a full refund. For any reason you have to cancel, a full refund minus the price of the insurance. the insurance is $449. So that is an investment to protect your, that is an insurance to protect your investment of travel. It also protects you while you're on tour for any of those unexpected things that we hope never happen, but we prepare just in case they do. Medical assistance, evacuation, baggage loss, or delay. The evacuation, we had 4 tours on the ground in Israel when everything went bad. We got them out within 8 hours of the initial um, invasion of Israel. And that is what evacuation is for. Not that I think Costa Rica is ever going to have that, but that gives you an example of the power of a 106-year-old company. We also have a wonderful loyalty program. So if you went on this adventure and you were to go on another one with us within 12 months, we call this our Passport Club, you'll receive 5% off the price of your next tour. If you book within 13 to 24 months, it's 3% off the price of your next tour. And we call that our Passport Club. Speaking of passports, your passport needs to be valid for up to 8 months past the travel date. So November of 2024 is the time for the tour plus 8 months. So that is what your passports need to be valid for. Some of us haven't looked at our passports for a while, so it's pretty important to take those out, dust them off, and see what your passport says. And please, at time of booking, your passport name, the name you give us at time of booking must match your passport name. That is what we get the airline tickets with. So your names must match for airline tickets and passport. Now, we do have a very easy sign up page, and the Frontiersman has a couple of things with their Facebook, facebook.com/frontiersman and frontiersman.com/Costa Rica Costa Rica. And that is the easiest way to sign up. Then we'll talk a little bit about how to sign up. And before I let everybody go, I'm going to show you this web link. It is a fantastic resource, not just for signing up, but it has lots of things that will answer many, many questions for you. So you do want to book before May 10th, 2024 and receive $100 off. After May 10th, I cannot guarantee the prices we're about to talk about or space availability. So that's sort of our magic date. You can make payments after that date, but we have to have names and bookings in before that date. Very important. So let's talk about the price here. To get the ball rolling, we have a price of $698. That's your deposit. That comes out of the double, single, and triple prices. So $698 is part of the overall price for double, single, and triple. A standing alone price is your travel insurance plan, $449. That's not included in these prices. What is included is your flights from Anchorage. So everything we've talked about for the entire tour, plus airfare from Anchorage, $3,099 per person double, $3,699 per person single. That means one person in the room. Double is 2 people in the room. Triple is 3 people in the room, and that's price per person. So let's take a moment and break that down. I do want to mention, if you have friends or family in other states, they can book on this tour with you through those web links, and you can meet up in Costa Rica. For example, my sister lives in Pennsylvania. I want her to share a room with me and go on this tour with me. We can fly her directly from Pennsylvania to Costa Rica. I'm going to fly from Anchorage to Costa Rica. We're going to meet up there. And if she lives within 50 miles of an airport in Pennsylvania, we're going to send a car to pick her up and bring her to her local airport to fly in to meet us. So I want to break down the price of the tour for everybody so you can see that it really is attainable. Now, looking at the price per person for a double room. Today is December 8th, and we need booking all payments in 60 days prior to departure. So that puts us to September 10th. With the price of the insurance, which needs to be at time of deposit, plus your deposit fee, that's 100 or $1,147 per person to get the ball rolling. And then we look at that deposit price as part of the overall price per person per room. So that gives us $2,650 divided by 9 months. And you can make as many payments as you want. There's no extra fee. You can do one payment per month, two payments per month, however many you need to do. But if we look at it price per month after the initial deposit, it's $294 per person per month to pay for the trip. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier to understand rather than just looking at the $3,000 per person. I started doing this when my husband needed a new car and we started making car payments. I'm like, I could pay for a trip to Costa Rica for this price. So that is a little bit about the pricing. So that is everything for everyone. You can easily find information at the Frontiersman on the Facebook page as well as frontiersman.com/Costa_Rica. Thank you so much. And before I let everybody go, I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I wanted to show you that wonderful web link so you'll have a idea of what it looks like. On the web link, you have up the top, request more information or sign up now. Moving this out of the way. We also have a 1-800 number directly to Collette. So if you have questions, you're not sure, you call the 800 number and reference your booking number for the group, and they'll answer any question you might have. But as you scroll down, again, it's save $100 per person before that magic date of May 10th. The price per person per room, you can click on view full itinerary and it'll show you day by day, including what meals are included. We are very transparent with all the hotels we use. You can look those up and find out more information about those. You can look at the extending your vacation, that pre-tour extension I mentioned, with what's included there. And then the available options that we talked about in the Guanacaste area, the kayaking or the dolphin experience, etc. Are no worries and cancel for any reason insurance policy, plus being protected on tour, and all of our amazing travel tips. What is our accommodations like? So you can click on that. What is the money? What am I going to need for money down there? And by the way, US dollars, small bills, ones, fives, tens, and 20s, widely accepted down there. What is the electricity like? What do I need for electricity? And they are on the same as electricity as we are in the United States. So all you need is an adapter. You don't need a converter. What elevation are we going to be looking at? And all of these helpful hints that might make it a little bit easier to understand the trip and the destination. So that is the web link that you can go to directly from the Frontiersman Facebook page or Frontiersman.com/Costa_Rica, and it'll bring you straight to this wonderful web page. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and please let us know if you do have any questions or concerns that we can answer for you.